Hi everyone, my name is Anna. I'm Chicken and Fish founder, an international platform on becoming a cabin crew. And in today's video, we're going to talk about Emirates interview and precisely what to choose: open day or an assessment day. What is more challenging? What is more difficult? Which path to follow? Okay, so let me firstly clarify and explain what is it open day, what is it an assessment day. Emirates in some of the countries host open days. It means that anyone can come, just it's walk-in interview, and to sell yourself, so to say, to present yourself, to go through all the interview stages. You shouldn't be selected to be invited for this open day. You just check the website, you see, Spain open day, that's for me, and you go to the venue. All these open days are usually hosted in 4 or 5 star hotels, and you participate in the process. That's it. Assessment day, it's absolutely different story. An assessment day is when you initially, beforehand, in advance, need to submit, upload your CV, your photos, your cover letter, your application form. So you need to be selected, and only then you're gonna be invited for the interview. In some countries, they do only open days. In some countries, they do only assessment days. And if we look at the statistics, we can see that recently Emirates gave open days only to UK, and there was the whole month when we didn't have any open days all around the world, only assessment days. Open days were only privileged to the UK, but these days it has slightly changed, and we see again some open days in various locations all around the world. I guess recruiters of Emirates just want to see how it goes, just maybe to make the recruitment process more exclusive, to invite less people, but the decent ones which are more appropriate to them. So that's why there are two ways, and usually it depends on your location. In some countries they do only open days because they know that there won't be hundreds or thousands of people who are ready to apply. Yeah, usually there are open days in developed countries, in Europe, in the USA, in the UK, but they do assessment days in the locations where recruiters know that thousands of candidates are gonna show up, and for them it's gonna be impossible to interview them within 1 or 2 days. So in these locations they typically do assessment days. They won't do open day in India because there will be a line of people queuing for like hours to be interviewed, and it's physically impossible. It can cause some fuss and even drama. So that's why in some locations they do open days, in some they do assessment days. And what is easier? What should you choose, open day or assessment day? Let's clarify. In my opinion, it is easier in some terms to go for an open day, because you shouldn't be selected in advance. You just come and say, this is me, just look at me, let's role play our group activities and final interview. So your destiny, you shouldn't be selected 2 times. But in terms of assessment day, usually some agency which collaborates with Emirates pre-selects you. So they do like pre-selection stage in terms of assessment. So you should be selected twice. Firstly, before the interview, just based on your CV, and then at the exact CV. At the exact interview day. So it's going to be double selection, so it's like double stress, and the only 20% gets invitation for the assessment day because their CV was poor, their photos were poor, and that's why these 80 people, they are not even invited for the interview. But it doesn't mean that if you go for the open day, you shouldn't do your CV. You anyway have to do your CV, even if you go for your open day, because in both cases, you need to upload your CV into the company's website in your own page, in your own account, because this CV is going to be analyzed, scanned by a recruiter several times. So when you're gonna pass the final interview, the recruiter is gonna open your CV and gonna ask you questions based on your CV. So anyway, in both cases, CV is still crucial. So if we talk logically, if we look at the situation, it means, yeah, that open day is an easier way, but not very often. So if we talk about assessment day, at the assessment day, there are not so many people, because the companies select usually for an assessment day maybe 30, maybe 60 people, maybe 70, but not more. In terms of open day, for an open day, there can be 10 people who show up, or it can be 200 or 300 or even 600 people who gonna show up. So you see that the competition is quite tense if there are 60 applicants who showed up for the interview, yeah, and you really need to be perfect, just really perfect, to be noticed, to be selected. Yeah, but also one thing I want to convey, to explain, that treat this interview process not as competition. You shouldn't regard other candidates as your enemies, as your opponents. You should have this team-oriented spirit, and you should have this attitude to other candidates as their future colleagues, as they are your future colleagues, as if you're one team, because airline recruiters, they select and choose people who are not fighting with enemies, who are not like struggling, I am here the best, you are not so good as I am. They are searching for people who are supportive, who are encouraging, who are motivating others, who can give hand in some emergency situation. So that's why be open-minded, be friendly with everyone, play as a team player. So that's why you see it's quite controversial issue, and it's very hard to say, it's quite subjective, what is easier, open day or an assessment day. You should just be prepared. If you are prepared for the interview, it doesn't matter for you if it's an open day or if it's an assessment day. If you are prepared, you have enough energy, you believe in yourself, yes, you're confident, and you convert this attitude to recruiter, and recruiter can easily scan it by your body language, by the content of your answers. And that's why I truly recommend you preparing for the interview, and here our school Chicken and Fish can help you, because we have our perfect services. We have either personal consultation that you can take, it's 2 hours Zoom session with our pro Chicken and Fish expert, and within these 2 hours you can mock all the interview stages, you can craft your CV with our teacher, or you can go for our second service, which is pre-recorded videos, and it's a legendary video course, I Will Fly, that has already helped hundreds of people to get the dream job and to pass the interview at the very first attempt. So I'm gonna leave the link to our website, and you can read in details information about personal coaching session, which is face-to-face Zoom, that just perfect before the interview, or you can select the legendary video course I Will Fly, which is done fully by me, and if you like the way I explain the information, you will definitely love this course as well. So enroll into our services, and see you on board. Chicken and Fish was with you today.